right, Devin, I think I want to start off with probably the most important thing that we've ever talked about.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about people who don't use pronouns during texting. I'm sick and tired of it.
Wait, they don't use the wrong pronouns?
No,
they
no,
don't ask for your pronoun?
I'm not talking about the wrong pronouns. I'm talking about no pronouns at all.
Wow.
Because they're trying to suggest, urgency in whatever they're doing, right? So I mean, for example, instead of saying, some guy is trying to tell you that he's running late.
Right.
Okay. So instead of saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm running late. I'll call you in a bit."
Yeah.
Right. He says, "Sorry, running late. We'll call in a bit." Okay.
Wow.
We'll call in a bit. Okay. It's like everyone thinks that there's so little time.
Yeah.
To add in the extra pronoun. God forbid you do that. But they have no problem putting a smiley face or other things, emoji.
Yeah.
And so this urgency, everything's got to be done. Like they convey this idea that they're just so rushed.
Yeah.
Like it's such BS. So anyway, it's like they're trying to save money, on a telegram or something from the old days, right? You can take out that pronoun. It costs me more.
Take out every other word.
Anyway, so my message is just stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Use your pronouns.
We are a civilized society.
Civilized. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that you may have noticed that today Devin is a little bit, he's got extra pep in his step today.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Is it okay if I say? Okay.
Yes, it is. And thank you for asking again with civility.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will ask you.
Ask you.
See the pronoun there?
Okay.
So, Rosie O'Donnell is back.
Yes.
She has decided to move back from Ireland.
Okay.
Because, it was the fascist country and everything else. It was understandable.
Yeah.
But now I guess it's less fascist, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's back on The View.
So double win.
We
got Rosie and we got The View. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Devin, this is as if the Beatles were to get back together somehow. Yes.
Yeah.
Or that, or plus your hope for a reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember that?
It will happen.
Yes, it will happen.
Believe it or not, this will
happen. Don't go changing, Linus.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Fresh Prince of Palos Verdes. I'm waiting for.
Anyway, so why is she coming back from Ireland?
Yeah.
I thought the reason why is that you hated Trump so much. You were so worried about the country. Did something change? I'll tell you what changed.
Yeah.
You realized that Ireland sucks.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
They don't have the Trader Joe's and the Whole Foods and the as many Starbucks as you want.
Yeah.
And for that matter, air conditioning. At some point you said, you know what? I miss my friends. This is my home, America. People can't understand my crazy accent.
Yeah.
And I don't understand theirs. I'm conjecturing here, but I think that's the reason why.
It could be.
She hates Ireland.
Yeah.
And I would too.
Yeah.
Ireland, by the way, is a rabidly anti-Semitic country. It's probably probably the worst among the EU countries.
Oh God.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about our theme today, and this is an important theme. And I'm going to start off by talking about your pal, my pal, Gavin Newsom.
Oh, greatest guy ever.
Yeah. Greatest guy.
No way a criminal.
So obviously the guy is running for president at some point, or at least he's contemplating it. So now, once he was a capitalist and now he's a socialist.
Right.
Whether he claims to be or not.
Yeah.
So take a listen. We'll take this bit by bit, but this is really part of our theme.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful. Here you go.
It's time for a national billionaires tax and a new social contract. Think about this. Just 10% of people in this country own 2/3 of the wealth. A 30-year-old, for the first time in American history, is not doing better than his or her parents. That's a 5-alarm fire.
Okay, let me take this apart.
Yeah.
Okay, there's two points he said. First, he said 10% owns what, 2/3 of the property?
Yeah.
Well, what else do you expect?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's like saying a rich person owns more square footage in his house than somebody who doesn't have a lot of money.
Right.
Well, you're saying the same person, for the same size, has more land.
Right.
So why is it surprising?
Yeah.
Why not also say, hey, this guy has a more expensive car
Right.
than that person does?
Yeah.
Of course it's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to own more property because they have more money.
Right.
What do you want them to do with the money?
Yeah.
You're expecting them to give it away. Somehow this is a great injustice.
Yeah.
This has always been the way.
Right.
And frankly, it's always the way it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Second point, he says, is that it's the first time that a 30-year-old is doing worse than his parents. Okay. Begs the question, why?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to insinuate that somehow there's something wrong in the capitalist system that we live in. Well, why?
Right.
Are you, first of all, is that a bad thing altogether?
Yeah.
But if it's true, then perhaps it's because you have demonized capitalism so much. You've made these kids, 20, 25 years old, and in this case 30, hate capitalism so much, decide that they don't want to work for a corporation. They want to start their own, they want to be influencers and such. And then you're surprised.
Yeah.
That they're not doing as well as their parents. How do you do as well as your parents if they have no motivation?
Right.
To say nothing of the greater picture, which is all the socialism that you're imposing, all the regulations, they can't get ahead because of your regulations.
Yeah.
So you think you're helping by minimizing the rent, by increasing the minimum wage, and all sorts of other regulations, but nobody can start a business because of that. And surprise, surprise, they're not doing as well as their parents.
Right.
They never ask why things are happening.
And and he actually misses one big thing. I think, or probably one of the top landowners in California is California, the state.
Yes.
The state has the most money.
Yeah.
Are we going to change that?
As the Red Hot Chili Peppers would say, give it away, give it away, give it away,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's continue.
American wages have stood still, and the costs across the spectrum, cost of living, have skyrocketed. The system is fundamentally broken. The federal tax code, the corporate tax code, and the inheritance tax code seem to be written for a different set of Americans.
Okay, so let's take this apart too. So he's speaking very vaguely about how things are not fair and the wages have not increased dramatically. First of all, they have dramatically. But he wants you to believe otherwise. And then the tax code. Well, guess what? We voted for this tax code.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a Republican system, meaning that of a republic. And that means that our senators and Congress people have voted for this tax code.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. You don't like it, you can change it.
Yeah.
By electing new senators. And God knows you want to elect new socialist senators. Good luck on that. That's another story. But that's the system that we have. And if you don't like the result of it, that's okay. You can try to vote a different system in. But these are the crazy people that are telling you that, Trump must go. We must 86 Trump. Now's the time. No, apparently now is not the time. You have to wait until January of 2029.
Yeah.
Okay? Then you can say you've got to go. You know why? Because the Constitution says so.
Yeah.
We elected him. He won by a landslide.
Yeah.
And he's going to be there until January 2029, God willing.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you just got to grow a pair, get a backbone, stop being such a chicken, and just work with the system that we have. You say that you love democracy, but apparently you want to overthrow it every time something gets initiated that you don't like.
Yeah.
In this case, Gavin Newsom talking about the tax code.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Okay, and there was a lot of back and forth, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Later on, by the way, he talks about the 2017. It should go back to the rates of the 2017 tax code, which, guess what, was a Trump tax code, right? And they didn't like that either.
Yeah.
They're always complaining about the tax code, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he doesn't understand either economics or the way our Constitution works.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's brilliant. Let's continue.
Yeah.
It's time for an economic reset, a true minimum tax on billionaires that, ensures the people at the very top pay at least the tax rate their own workers pay. We also should end this tax-free lifestyle loan. This is the gimmick that allows the ultra-wealthy to borrow against their stock portfolios while reporting no taxable income.
Okay, so he says two things here.
Yeah.
One is that we have to have a minimum tax so that the billionaires will still pay the same tax rate that the others do.
Yeah.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that they are so focused on business that they plow a lot of their money into their businesses, and that is a tax write-off.
Right.
So they're paying the same percentage. In fact, they're paying more than the percentage. It's just if you plow all your money, let's say you make $1 million.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Okay. But you decide to live in a small 1-bedroom place because you just so believe in your business. Okay. But you've made $1 million. Now you want to plow 950,000 of it
Right.
back into your business. Okay. Which means that you'll only pay taxes on $50,000.
Yeah.
Because that's the American, not only the American way, but that's what you want it to be. You want to encourage people to put it back into the business. That is a tax write-off.
Right.
Because you're doing it for your business. That's the way it works.
Right.
But in his mind, he's got the idea that everyone, all these fat cats are making so much money, they're rolling in the hay, and they found that they're just not paying the taxes because somehow he wants to insinuate the new tax code gives them all sorts of goodies.
Right.
The fat cats and everything, right?
Yeah.
It's just not true. And then he says this thing about how people can borrow against their stock portfolios
Yeah.
and not pay any taxes on that. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's a loan.
Right.
Okay. If I get a loan from the bank to infuse capital into my business,
All right.
I'm not going to pay. I don't have to pay taxes on that. That's not income.
Yeah.
That's a loan.
Right.
I have to pay back
Yeah.
with interest.
Yeah.
Now you want me to pay whatever it is, 33%, 40%, 50%, as if it's income? It's not.
Oh my God. Imagine every loan, like car loans.
Yes.
Every loan you have to pay taxes on that as well.
Yeah.
That's the most horrifying idea ever.
But it's
Yeah.
a sleight of hand
Right.
on his part,
Yeah.
saying somehow this is how they're living up their lifestyle. They have to pay it back eventually.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's a loan.
Right.
And they're using their stock portfolio, yes, as collateral.
Yeah.
Just like you would use your house as collateral when you get a loan.
Right.
Okay, so I'd say he's an idiot, but I think he knows better. Okay?
Oh, he does.
This
Yeah.
guy who's close to a billionaire himself.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
We also have to rewrite those inheritance rules so that the largest intergenerational wealth transfer in human history, estimated by, be $124 trillion that will be changing hands, doesn't lock in a permanent American aristocracy of inherited wealth.
Okay, I hate this part where people claim that somehow intergenerational transfers are somehow evil in and of themselves. It's not true.
Yeah.
It's a good, healthy thing for people to be able to transfer wealth. It encourages them. Let's say, okay, let's pretend for the sake of discussion that Gavin Newsom gets his way.
Yeah.
And nobody is able to give their money to their kids at all,
Right.
or grandkids.
Yeah.
And everything, once you die, everything that you had has to go to the government, presumably. Okay. Maybe you can give it to a charity or something, although you can play that game too.
Yeah.
You just can't give it to your kids or your grandkids, and there won't be any tax. It won't be any taxes because you can't give it away. What will be the effect of that? Right? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
People will put it into their trusts.
Yeah.
People will put it into LLCs. They'll find ways to give it to the kids anyway.
Right.
That's one thing. So don't be an idiot,
Yeah.
Gavin. You're already a bit of an idiot. But this is what's going to happen. They're going to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So then the other thing is, let's say they manage to close every single loophole. You
Yeah.
can't put it into LLC or to a trust or otherwise. You can't get around it one way or the other. You're just going to have to burn your money
Right.
one way or the other, or give it to the government. God forbid.
Yeah.
So what's the incentive?
Yeah.
A part of my incentive to work hard is that I want to be able to make sure that my kids have some growth and are able to live a prosperous life themselves in the future.
Right.
And I want to take care of their kids, in other words, my grandkids, to be one day. That's a healthy thing. It's about looking toward the future,
Yeah.
to see yourself as part of that future.
Yeah.
And that creates innovation and incentive and everything else. But now you're saying, no, the only incentive you have is the here and now.
Yeah.
While you're alive, that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's all monopoly money. And at the end of the day, you close up the board and you give all the money back.
There you go.
Instead of actually being able to distribute. And the biggest thing is Gavin Newsom comes from the four most wealthy, powerful families in the world. Why doesn't he start with all of his generational money, give that all away?
Yeah.
Make it so his kids have to live in like a 2-bedroom apartment like everybody else has to in California. No, he's not going to do that.
You're right.
It's not him.
So you're looking for consistency is what I'm hearing. This is the same guy in the same video, I believe. He demands a nationwide billionaire tax, but he opposes it in California himself, right?
Yeah.
So maybe because he's claiming that, well, if I have it only in California, then people will move to a different state. But if you have it nationwide, then they can't escape anywhere. Obviously, maybe if they move to a different country, which they will because they're billionaires after all.
Yeah.
But good luck. I mean, there's so much hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Continuing on.
Time as well to return to the pre-2017 corporate tax rates, and time to close those offshore loopholes once and for all. And as AI reshapes the country, every American should own a piece of the future it builds through a national public equity fund.
Okay, I love this.
Yeah.
Every American citizen should be able to participate in a national equity fund, meaning that they should be able to participate in the market, the stock market.
Right.
Well, guess what?
What?
That's what George W. Bush proposed by revamping Social Security, that they would have an investment in the stock market. And instead of that, they're only putting in $1,000 for every $1,000. They totally rejected that. So now, if you have $1,000 back in the year 2001, 2002, when Bush proposed it, then you now have about $1,000.
Yeah.
Maybe less.
Oh, less.
Okay?
Yeah.
Had you actually gone with Bush's proposal, and I'm no big fan of W.
Yeah.
Had you, however, gone with that proposal, that $1,000 would be worth something like $100,000 now.
Yeah.
Okay, because of the way the stock market went.
Right.
But no, we want to make sure that people don't get too much money.
Yeah.
And Trump also just initiated the Trump accounts, which has gone into effect.
Right.
So every child now born gets $1,000 invested in the stock market. You cannot touch it. You can add to it.
Right.
I think up to $5,000. Anybody could add up to $5,000. But that will be a fantastic boon for everybody. That is taking participation in the stock market. But Gavin Newsom is pretending as if it's his idea.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trickle-down economics, it's been a, nearly 50-year experiment that has failed. Record corporate profits flowed into stock buybacks and executive compensation. It's time to stop pretending otherwise. We're nearing the 250th anniversary of this country's revolution. The system the American founders built.
Wait, I just want to get back. He said that 50 years of an experiment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Trickle-down economics, I think he was basically saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's been one of the most successful revampings of the economy in history.
Yeah.
Since then, we've had the internet. Since then, we've had AI. Since then, we've had massive improvements in so many other areas of life, especially in technology.
Yeah.
We've had the iPhone, smartphones. Nationwide diseases have gone down. Poverty has gone down. Hunger has gone down. But he says somehow that's a failure.
Yeah.
And the stock market has increased, I think, in that period, I think it was 3,000 in the year 1980 something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very low relative to what it is today. It was considered a high back then. And now we're at 54,000.
Yeah.
And this experiment failed somehow?
Yeah.
Explain me, Lucy.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yeah.
Or let's continue on.
Well, it was designed to prevent the concentration of power in a few hands. But we've allowed that concentration to happen anyway, slowly and in plain sight over the course of decades and decades. But we can reverse it.
Okay, so then he goes in the claptrap about how he has no specifics about it. He also has no specifics about how everything has been cloistered in a few hands and that you can't do anything about it. You can't bust through that or anything else. Actually, how so?
Yeah.
There have been fortunes that have come and gone. People have become millionaires and billionaires overnight.
Yeah.
We have influencers on social media making millions.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Massive changes in the entertainment field and the music field. People are doing very well.
Yeah.
Young people and old people alike. And somehow he wants you to say that wealth is concentrated in only a few hands. Where's the evidence of that?
Yeah.
But people want you to believe that. Okay. And as like we said last week, the temptation to believe in whatever claptrap somebody tells you, because he says it to you with great certainty and confidence, that's very powerful.
Yeah.
That's very tempting. It pays off emotionally, is what I said.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how crazy it is. The ideas can be so stupid and so wrong, and yet they'll buy into it.
Yeah.
Because somebody's saying it with great force and tells them, come on,
Yeah.
follow me. And people want to be led.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
And especially if they're told that they're a better person if you follow them. Again, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is why Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are so successful. They say crazy things, but they say it with great confidence.
Yeah.
And so if you follow them, then you feel like you're a smart person and a confident person because you perceive Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson to be very smart people. They're not, but nevertheless, that's your perception. You feel like you're in good company.
Yeah.
No matter how crazy the idea is. And they'll lead you down crazy paths. The anti-Israel path, the anti-Semitic path. The idea that you should destroy capitalism.
Yeah.
These are very destructive paths, but it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
So that's the end of it. Now, to that point, I want to talk to you about your man, Mamdani.
Yeah.
So as you know, there is his grocery stores. Okay?
Yeah.
So putting aside that they plowed $70 million of taxpayer money into building these things.
Wow.
Okay, that's more money than you and I make in a year combined.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Combined. Yes.
Combined.
Yeah.
And I understood that's about 30% off of the normal retail price for everything. Broccoli, zucchini, Campbell's soup, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's only because of subsidies.
Yeah.
They're paying the subsidies.
Right.
Right. So it's not like they're somehow running the grocery stores more efficiently.
Yeah.
And can pass the savings on to customers. Woohoo. Right.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. It's just a transfer of wealth.
Right.
So they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, or better yet, taking from the rich to help the poor.
Yeah.
So what do you think will happen here? Talk to me.
I think it will go. If it stays, it'll be a boondoggle, and it'll just keep on taking money. More and more interest will get their cut from it.
Right.
And the savings will be negligible.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, but okay. First of all, Kansas City did something almost identical to this.
I didn't know that.
They did government grocery stores.
Yeah.
Very low price. It was rated right away. People just grabbed where they could for the cheaper price.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they had nothing on the shelves.
Right.
Okay. Except for the vegan stuff. Apparently nobody wants that. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
There was exactly that, but
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of vegans because I'm basically vegan
Right.
myself. But I have to laugh. I can laugh at myself about this. The point is, it was completely empty.
Yeah.
These stores, and they had to restock it right. And it was a disaster. But Mamdani wants to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me give you a thought experiment. Okay, let's say that instead of grocery stores,
Yeah.
let's go to the extreme.
Right.
Let's say it's Apple products.
Okay. Like computer products. Yeah.
Yeah, iPhones, AirPods, things like that, iPads. And now they tell you this Apple store, only this Apple store, located on such and such, all the prices are now marked down to only 10% of what they used to be.
Yeah.
So a $1,000 item computer, let's say, is now $100.
Right.
Everything. What's going to happen? Go.
Oh, you're going to have like a secondary economy right there. People will sell it on the
I
black
see.
market for like 40%. And then they make a big profit. Everybody will win.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Okay. But
distribution.
Right. I mean, I love it because you're
Yeah.
thinking beyond the first step. I'm just talking about the first step.
Right.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Are going to be a lot of people in that store?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of. There's going to be a stampede.
Yeah.
That place will be totally not robbed, but depleted of all of its inventory within 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And it'll go as quickly as people can process the payments. That's it.
Yeah.
And then there'll be nothing there.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
They're never going to be able to restock, not at that level, not at that
Not
rate.
that quickly, but let's say they could. Okay.
Okay.
Well, but then the government has to resubsidize.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
And that Mamdani can't see this.
Yeah.
Or that his cronies can't see that this is going to happen.
Right.
And then, of course, on the side of it, all these bodega stores and other stores that are competing with it, because they're not part of the grocery stores, right? They're going to lose tremendous business. But don't worry, it's only going to be for a couple of weeks, because it'll be such a disaster, the grocery stores. They can't possibly sustain it.
Yeah.
It'll be a couple of weeks. And here's the other thing. We already learned our lesson. We had this in the 70s. There were two oil shocks.
Yeah.
1973 and 1978, I believe. And both times we made the same mistake, and we reacted the exact same way.
Right.
And it was a disaster the same way for everybody.
Yeah.
So the prices went up for oil because of the war in the Middle East, and that created a scarcity of supply. And the Arabs took advantage of that, and they really stuck it to us. And suddenly we had very high prices.
Right.
So Nixon, idiot that he was, but don't worry, Carter did the same thing. So also an idiot. What is it? Double D and Double Door, what it is? I forget. The two idiots.
Yeah.
So they said, let's do a price freeze. You can't increase the price of the gasoline. What happened, Devin Goodman?
The supply went down.
The supply went down.
Yeah.
Well, it was the same supply.
Yeah.
But the supply went down, but there was such a low price, and the demand was there. So many people flooded these. There were long lines in front of these gas stations. In fact, so much so that they had to separate even days and odd days.
Yeah. By your license plate or something?
Yeah,
like
but
that?
I think the last number of your license plate, or whatever number there was, the last, that dictated whether you can get gas that day. Yeah. Okay, and then of course to say nothing of all the time wasted waiting in line and the smog that was created. Back then, of course, the cars were not as fuel efficient as they are today.
Right.
It was even worse. And it was a total disaster.
Yeah.
And yet they did it twice.
Yeah.
And you think that that's not going to happen with your lauded grocery stores?
Right.
Your government grocery stores? You think this is going to work?
Yeah.
You think that what Devin and I just spoke about, how people are going to stream into the grocery stores, pick away everything, and leave it bare, and then it's going to happen every day like that. You're going to have to restock all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the economy works.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't think Mamdani, to his credit, I think he has no clue.
Yeah.
He thinks that the best way of doing these things is just, you're the government. You get to control these things. Capitalism is just not fair at all.
Yeah.
How can we let people just decide what they want? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what we call the invisible hand.
Yeah.
Adam Smith and the invisible hand. You've heard about this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The idea is that people will pay the price that they think is fair. And if they don't like it, they'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm an attorney, and I charge a certain rate per hour. I don't want to disclose that right now.
Yeah.
But let's say the average hourly rate for an attorney in Los Angeles is $500 an hour.
Yeah.
I think it's higher, actually.
Yeah.
But let's say it's $500 just for fun. And I say, you know what? I'm a damn good lawyer. I'm going to charge $30,000 per hour.
Right.
Okay. Will I get business? Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless people like to feel like suckers.
Right.
Okay. I'm a good lawyer. I'm a very good lawyer. But am I $30,000 worth an hour worth of law?
Yeah.
No. So people don't have to buy my services, just like they don't have to buy expensive broccoli or organic broccoli or anything else.
Right.
So people don't get this basic concept of economics. And the way capitalism works is that you're constantly looking to make it better, cheaper, and more available.
Yeah.
That's the game.
All right.
Okay? And with that, we get better products and better food, generally speaking. We need some regulations. I get it. We don't want to dump it with pesticide and not care about people's health. Okay, I understand that. But within those parameters, you still want to make the best product possible and deliver it the cheapest amount you can.
Yeah.
You think Apple wants to sell products at the highest price? No, they want to sell at the lowest price. Well, they still make the most money, yes.
Right.
Of course. But they could sell their iPhones at $2,000 instead of the $1,000 that they now charge, more or less.
Right.
But and a lot of people will still buy it, but a few people will buy it.
Yeah.
They want to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
And they want to make it their own costs, reduce their own costs so they can have a profit margin that's bigger. That's all that matters, is the profit margin.
Right.
Mamdani and idiots like him don't understand that.
No, not at all. No.
Well, now that we're on Mamdani, why stop?
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 men were recently stabbed in New York by a Muslim.
Yeah.
It's a mystery why they were killed.
Yeah.
You know, that's or stabbed. They say it was a mental illness. There was a small little part of it where I think he said Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
I think it was probably the name of a nice song from the country where he came from.
Well, that's just how he was like, it was a grunt. It wasn't words.
There you go.
Yeah.
It had no meaning. Other than that, I mean, if you want to take relevance out of that, that's your business.
Yeah.
By the way, I wonder, is there a difference between Sunni and Shiite Muslims in terms of one being more violent than the other, or more or less terrorist than the other, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But then you get into the dangerous per capita, because like the Sunni is way more popular than the Shia, so
that's true.
It's like 80%. So it's like, well, are we doing real numbers or are we doing per capita? Because per capita, I think, is racist. So
listen, I'm just curious. All I know is that if somebody's about to stab me, and I know it's a Muslim, I'm going to ask him, wait, before you kill me, are you a Shiite or a Sunni? I'm taking a poll. I've got to know.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Represent. Let's make it known. Don't be ashamed of that. Yeah.
Anyway, I would venture that words from people like Mamdani saying that Netanyahu is a war criminal and Zionism is evil and so on makes individuals like this, Muslim or not, feel emboldened. Like they feel like they're doing their part to fight something, right? This is what I'm talking about people feeling like they need to follow something.
Right. Yeah.
Now Jews on Mamdani's judicial panel, no Jews on Mamdani's judicial panel.
Really?
None.
Interesting.
I thought they loved diversity and representation, right?
Right.
Now, last I heard, New York has a lot of Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, really a huge amount. It's like 30% of Manhattan, at least, is Jewish.
Right.
It's a very large number. Maybe not 30%, maybe 20%. It's still a huge number.
Yeah.
And you won't include them in the judicial panel. We think that we're feeling a little excluded.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
All this violence, everything about it is very disturbing, of course, and it's not unexpected whatsoever. I mean, take a listen to Dan Bongino.
Yeah.
He says it very well. There's a permission structure about this. Take a listen to what he said on Fox News. He said it very well.
Perspective as well, not just from a political leadership perspective, to protect New York's Jews. It seems like what he is saying and doing perversely counters the security measures that NYPD is putting in place.
Well, I don't disagree with you at all. And sadly, when it comes down to Jewish Americans, this seems to be the only group of Americans where it's just accepted that, yeah, you know what, they're under threat all the time and we should just let it be. There's no doubt that racism exists against blacks, Hispanics, and everybody understands that. It exists all across the spectrum. However, when it comes to the Jews, this is the only group of people where it's just like, yeah, that's just a part of doing business. Some kid was walking on a college campus with a Jewish star. Everybody stopped them screaming river to the sea. And nobody in the media, in the left-wing media, seems really that upset about it. Can you imagine if it was a black church and they were getting harassed by Ku Klux Klan members walking into the church? This would be an international cosmic level scandal. But when it's the Jews, only people on the conservative ecosystem seem to care and speak out about it and go, wait, they're Americans too. Why are we accepting this? The answer is we shouldn't.
It's a great point.
Yeah, exactly. Very well said.
Completely right.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
completely.
It's like the Jews are the only group of people that have to suffer this way.
Yeah.
And it's accepted.
Yeah.
And his point about Black Americans is a very good one. If not just Ku Klux Klan members doing this, but what if somebody said, "Hey, why don't you go back to the plantation from whence you came," or something like that, or go back to Africa, or anything like that?
Right.
It would be such an outrage. People would be talking about it all day long.
Yeah.
And it would be considered the racist thing that it is and the evil thing that it is. But when you tell Jews, you don't belong here. You have dual loyalty. You're the bane of our existence. You deserve to die. Things like that. That's somehow as he said, the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
And that meaning that's the cost of being a Jew.
Yeah.
So why is this happening? Why does it happen to Jews?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd always say it's the numbers. Okay. We Jews are only 50 million on a good day.
Yeah.
Really good day. And it really more like, any serious Jews, I would say it's somewhere between 7 and 9 million in the world.
Okay, yeah.
And look, but if it was the numbers and only the numbers, because we're so small in numbers, then they feel they can gang up on us and we won't be able to rally. But if it were the case that it's just the numbers, then there wouldn't be so much protection of transgenders.
Right.
Or which are far fewer in numbers, but somehow they're holy people.
Right.
So everyone rallies around them, but they don't rally around the Jews.
Right.
So that doesn't really quite explain it.
Yeah.
What does explain it is, unlike the transgendered, the Jews are a reminder of our moral center of civilization.
Yeah.
Our common understanding of morality itself rests with the Jews, of accountability. There's nothing like that among small groups of any, not just transgendered, anybody.
Right.
Hemophiliacs, left-handed people. I don't care what you say. Whatever group you choose, they're different.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jews are about something.
Yeah.
They are about civilization itself. They are a reminder of the necessity of the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
And people resent that. That is what's going on.
A backstop to evil.
This has been the Devin Goodman Show. Very good.
And I'm out. That's
Leave on a high note. I don't know where Devin went. Oh, man, it's so wild.
Yeah.
The Trump administration has recently reached a deportation record. I believe this is from Town Hall. The Herculean effort of the Trump administration to deport illegal aliens has set a record.
Nice.
A new report on deportations for the last 12 months just dropped, which includes all deportation flights, both commercial and government planes.
Yeah.
Total alien forced departures, almost 1.5 million.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That does not include self-deportations.
Right.
Dang, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. It's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, he's following through on his promise. He said that you're going to see the greatest deportation in history. And here we are.
Yeah.
Now, we've got a lot more work to go. I mean, if you believe that it's 20 to 30 million people, that's a lot of work to do. But he's really making a difference here. And he still has, 2.5 years left on his term. And God willing, we have another Republican president, and he'll continue on the mission.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Speaking about illegal aliens, did you hear the story about the tens of thousands who crossed into the Spanish territory from Morocco?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was that video was unbelievable. How they just streamed over. It was like literally a dam that was broken, and water is just kind of flowing over that dam, and you just don't know what to do. You get the hell out of the way. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
And this is all because of one man, the Prime Minister of Spain, who decides to interpret a certain law to allow illegal immigrants to come in as they please.
Yeah.
So basically, open the borders. He went full Biden. How about that? And now the thing is, this won't just affect Spain.
No.
See, the Schengen laws, I think I'm pronouncing it right, in the EU allow everyone who arrive into the EU territory to kind of mosey all over the EU territory.
Right.
So if you somehow manage to get to Italy, for example, you can go to France. You don't have to show your passport. You're good to go. And so now these illegal immigrants, to the extent that they have not been turned away, we'll talk about that in a second, they'll be everyone's problem now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, you may say, well, they have been turned away, Barak, but not quite all of them, first of all. But at the very least, we understand that this can't work. I mean, this is stupid liberal ideas at play, and you see the immediate consequences.
Yeah.
And then they do something about it, but only when it's immediate. That's the thing. So when Angela Merkel let in 1 million Syrian refugees, they didn't. It wasn't so obvious. It came in one bit at a time, and then eventually they started creating chaos,
right?
And started making demands, and everyone should be, celebrate Islam like they do,
right?
And telling young girls that they need to dress a certain way from now on. They can't eat a pork sandwich, for example. Then they realized, what have I done? But Spain understood it very quickly, and then they returned these illegal aliens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Italy, however, is now threatening to cut off Spanish access to the Schengen zone rights precisely because of this.
Nice.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, suddenly Spain's leaders can totally F over everyone else in the EU.
Yeah.
Because of one idiot decides to. I mean, it's like I don't know. This is maybe not the best example, but you're really trying to save money, and you have you're sharing air conditioning space with everyone, and it's one big huge floor.
Yeah.
So it's not walled off or anything, and one guy he likes fresh air, so he opens up these massive windows for himself.
Right.
And he doesn't mind the heat, but this is affecting everyone. Now you're ruining the air conditioning for everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Not the best analogy, but a good one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where it's like the people who are behind it, it's not in their homes.
No, right.
It's not out of their pocketbook that they have to pay for it. It's I'm going to be charitable with your money and your space and your country. They just don't care. It's evil. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like people never learn. They just have to redo it every 5 years if they learn the same mistakes.
Yeah.
They never bother looking to what has worked elsewhere on the globe, and for that matter, elsewhere in history.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, just for example, the grocery stores. It's been tried.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Kansas City. It's exactly the same thing that was tried in Kansas City.
Yeah.
It was such a disaster. There was nothing different about it, and they're expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah.
All right. Hamas. Trump wants Hamas to disarm.
Nice.
And claims that there is an agreement to that effect.
Yeah.
Trump has said that his board of peace has reached a disarmament deal in Gaza.
Nice.
He says that for the first time, Hamas officially has committed to an actionable plan for relinquishing all of its weapons, which will be followed by Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. Neither side commented publicly.
Right.
So I'm not so sanguine about this. I don't think it's the greatest thing that I've ever heard.
Right.
I don't trust Hamas. You don't trust Hamas.
No.
I trust the Israelis.
Yeah.
They'll always do the right thing. They'll always commit to whatever they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
But Hamas knows that they can play. They can play the game. Look, it's so funny that Trump expects the Israelis to have to trust trust Hamas.
Right.
But Trump himself is dealing with the Iranians who are constantly stabbing him in the back and constantly not honoring whatever agreements they purport to reach, even recently.
Yeah.
And he's claiming that he's in negotiations with Iran, and Iran denies that they're even having negotiations. Forget about whether they're honoring the deal. They don't even say that they're having negotiations when they are.
It's a tactic that I'm not having a negotiation tactic.
I guess so.
It's a classic Ottoman empire.
I don't know what to say. These guys are this.
Yeah. Or you can't trust terrorists.
So, look, I think I'm frustrated with a lot of, along with a lot of other people, our listeners included. Why won't he just blitz Iran?
Yeah.
Be done with it. You know that they're whatever settlement you reach with them, they're going to backtrack. They're not going to honor it. So forget them.
Right.
Just forget them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So the answer for some people is that, well, there's a shrinking inventory of interceptors and other air defenses.
Yeah.
That we can't do that.
Yeah.
And so we need the time to rebuild them so that we can go on the attack.
Right.
I don't buy that. I think we have plenty of arsenal and weaponry. I think it's more a question of, Trump doesn't want this war to last forever, midterms and all that. I don't know if he thinks that way. But this is from our friends in the New York Times. General Dan Kane cautioned privately that resuming major combat operations against Iran would dangerously deplete interceptors.
Yeah.
Okay? That's from New York Times.
Yeah.
They're not hoping the Iranians are reading this. No. That's absurd.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not totally against this war and hoping to sabotage it. No, you're crazy. That's cynical. Too cynical of you.
Yeah.
Why isn't this treason?
Yeah.
Why would you say such a thing? Even if it were true, it's not true. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But let's say it were true, that we are running seriously out of stockpile for purposes of offensive and defensive weaponry.
Right.
Why would you announce that?
Yeah.
If you believe that your America has to work together and you don't want to sabotage America's interests.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. And there's a simple solution to this. Get all the weapons that we left in Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There's a cache or cache, whatever it is. And then we actually have both sides of Iran right there, too, with Afghanistan.
Yes.
It's a win.
Oh, man, I so agree with you. It's a fantastic point. Let's see. Okay. I wanted to talk to you. Oh, did you hear about this, the DNC finances?
Oh, is there more issues with it?
Well, they had to borrow against the DNC headquarters.
Oh, wow.
They are so struggling for money. I think they only have like 18 million available, and they had to take a major loan from and mortgaged the DNC headquarters themselves. In the meantime,
because they're the party that's good with money.
Right. Yes. Just let them have control. It'll work out. Yeah. They know where to find it.
Right.
Or no, they know where to rob it from.
Exactly. They're borrowing on the idea that USAID will come back when they come to power and they'll be able to pay themselves off.
Yes. There you go. I love it.
I think that's on some of his filings.
Anyway, so I've been saying the Democrat Party is really falling apart.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why is this Democratic Social...
Oh, God.
What is it? Of America. DSA.
DSA.
And it's kind of inevitable when you think about it. If you were to look at this as a movie, you would say, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense that they would end up this way. Because the Democrats are not about anything.
No.
And the Republicans are.
Yeah.
And Republicans are about not just conservatism, because you could say they're about liberalism. They're not. That's not what I'm talking about. They're about American values.
Yeah.
They're about free speech. They're about conserving capitalism and spreading liberty. These are valuable values.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. The Democrats are about nothing.
Yeah.
You can say, oh, they're about equality for all people. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Giving rights to this group of people, that group of people. That's not what people. That's not what motivates people.
Right.
What motivates them are ideas.
Yeah.
A belief system, something that they can say, "I am about this."
Yeah.
And it's not enough to say I'm about giving rights to transgendered people or gay people. That's not enough for people.
Yeah.
These are people that feel like they need to destroy capitalism, to revamp the entire world's economy for the name of fairness. They want to follow a mission.
Yeah.
And that mission is a red flag with a hammer and sickle on it.
It is.
And diminishing free speech and everything else. They envision a whole new thing, and they're being told, follow me by these people. These are the people that want to get rid of the Senate, want to get rid of the presidency, want to abolish the Supreme Court for that matter.
Yeah.
They want to defund the police. All of these things were said. We played it in a clip last week.
Right.
And that's very tempting for a lot of people. It doesn't matter if it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
the establishment are offering nothing.
Yeah.
This is why Abdul El-Sayed is cruising to victory in the Michigan Democratic Senate primary tonight.
God.
He's winning tonight.
Yeah.
Now, I think he'll probably lose to Mike Rogers, the Republican candidate, but still, it's a risk for us, right? God forbid something happens to Mike Rogers or they discover something and he suddenly, El-Sayed closes the gap.
Yeah.
Then we got this monster in the Senate.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why they're winning.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about communism. They're literally using the words of communism without saying the actual word communist.
Yeah.
The government owns all the means of production.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the essence of communism.
Yeah. Or they go into the schools, they've taken over education, they don't teach any of the bad parts of communism, they teach the good parts of communism, then kids come out of the schools, the colleges, the high schools, thinking this is a darn good idea because it's never not turned out well because their education never teaches them.
Yes. Yeah, that's a well said.
Yeah.
Francesca Hong is surging in Wisconsin. You know her?
Oh, we go back way long. Yeah. When she was in the psych ward, we were having a
She'd
great
never
time.
broken up with her.
I knew she was going places, Those crazy eyes, nothing can stop her.
She's crazy. But she says crazy things. Of course, all the same stuff about. And what did she say? She said that we should that no races shouldn't get together. They shouldn't be allowed to marry. They should, of course, getting rid of all the institutions of the American, our system. These are dangerous things that she's saying, and she's surging.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, this is part of the reason why the DSA is surging, because I wrote it down just now. I just remembered the establishment Democrats are like, the Seinfeld show, right?
Yeah.
It's a show about nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the establishment of the Democrats.
Right.
But these guys are about ideas.
Yeah.
Bad ideas, but it's still about ideas.
Yeah.
So what you really have in fighting in the Democrats is nothing versus socialism.
Yeah.
People will choose something over nothing any day.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So the establishment, when they're not busy doing nothing, they engage in all kinds of sexual absurdity, and bribery and cronyism of all kinds, and then they expect you to vote for them.
Yeah.
No, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Minnesota transgender dolls. I know you've been wanting to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some of the things you can't make up, and this is one of them. So this is from the New York Post. First of their kind transgender dolls with removable genitalia.
That's just perverted on its own.
Oh, yeah.
Dolls with genitalia already is...
Oh, yeah, it's weird, right?
It's gone too
so
far
this is
already.
all in classrooms in Minnesota for children as young as 4 years old.
Oh, God, that's too far.
More than 100 interchangeable clothing and body pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of them are body pieces? I mean, truly, what... I mean, there's the 2 arms, 2 legs, and I presume a penis or a vagina somehow.
Yeah.
The goal is for kids to learn, quoting, learn about the different options that exist for who they can be, unquote. Yes. In other words, you can be Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah.
You just, move things around.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say with this. It's so absurd.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you've got... Sophie Cunningham. Do you know?
I love her.
This?
Yeah,
she's pretty amazing.
Beautiful
really
woman too.
She is beautiful. I really like looking at her. She's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Here she is now speaking on what appears to be the famous quote that got her in trouble and a lot of other people.
On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
To quote Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now, the horror.
Yeah, such hate.
The horror. I can't believe she said that.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they allow her to go on living is a mystery.
Yeah. Yeah.
How could anyone say such a monstrous thing?
Yeah.
Of course she's right. Of course she's right. Then there's these girls that were supporting her.
Yeah.
at one of her games, and the co-owner of the Seattle, Storm, came up, presumably just kind of being nice at first, and then started berating these girls for supporting Sophie Cunningham,
right?
And somehow espousing this Jesus idea where Jesus loves everybody, and you're not doing that. You're not Christian. Look, whoever says that, is not a Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, just because Jesus loves everybody, and I believe that. Okay, doesn't mean that you need to respect everybody, and you can't call them out on their evil acts.
Yeah.
Okay. If Jesus loves everybody in the way that she says, this co-owner of the Storm, then you would never go to war.
Yeah.
You would never kill the Nazis.
Yeah.
Because Jesus loves everybody. You can't kill the Nazis.
Right.
That's not the way we would all be speaking German if we believed that crap. And when people are doing monstrous things, such as suggesting that men can compete with women in a basketball, no less, and dress with them in locker rooms, putting a lot of women in danger, especially young girls, as Sophie Cunningham is saying,
right?
Then that's monstrous.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to call it out.
Yeah.
But no, they all they want is chaos.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah.
Disgusting is the right word. But I suppose the left always thinks that they're engaging in great ideas, including the Democrat Socialists.
Always,
right?
Yeah.
So on Face the Nation, the former Senator Manchin, I forget his first name.
Joe Manchin?
Joe Manchin, yeah. He's a very sensible Democrat,
right?
Like John Fetterman is today.
Yeah.
And they ask him what he thinks about the Democrat Socialists of America.
Right.
So check it out.
And even if they have some good ideas?
Well, I support the good ideas, but how could you support some of the crazy stuff they're for? Have you seen their platform? They're for dismantling everything that we know, whether it be the structure of government, Congress itself, or the Senate they want to get rid of. And then they start talking about all the crazy things. No police, no this, no this, no that. Are you crazy? We want a crime-free area. We have to have police for that.
Yeah.
We want a strong defense. We want a strong border. But if Democrats can't say that, and they start lining up with the socialist demands of what you are to be a socialist, energy will be gone. There'll be no energy, okay? We have right now a tremendous amount of energy we're producing.
Okay, so he goes on a little bit about that, but the point is that her very question was what interested me here. And that is that, don't they have good ideas? You know, a good idea is a good idea, isn't it? So we should have supported Hitler then, because he had some ideas too.
Yeah.
He had a health awareness program.
Yeah.
He had he developed the freeways.
Yeah.
As we think of them today, that's Hitler's idea.
Yeah.
Okay, the Autobahn and everything else like that. Same thing with Stalin. They had a massive education program, a health program. A lot of it was disastrous, but nevertheless, you could say, well, we need to support Stalin.
Right.
Same thing with Mao.
Yeah.
And Cuba, they had massive education system. Okay.
Yeah.
But your insinuation is that, therefore, we should vote for the DSA.
Yeah.
But why people can't connect these dots is truly a mystery to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, and I don't buy it.
Right.
Anyway, it all ends up with communism at the end of the day. And of course, there's a unholy alliance with Islam, but they don't even think in terms of their unholy alliance.
You're right.
And we need to point out the dangers of Islam. We talked about it before on this very show right now.
Yeah.
The reality is that we've got some really dangerous people out there. We just had an attack in Michigan, Dearborn, where this is one guy who came out. I wish I had the video, but a good Christian man.
Yeah.
His name is something Lang, I think.
Yeah.
Jack Lang, I think. And he goes out with a billboard and he's talking about Jesus. But he goes out solo. And he's in front of a bunch of Muslim immigrants,
right,
or Muslim residents of Dearborn, which is like 50% Muslim.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about Jesus and how Islam is an unholy religion and something to that effect. And then he gets beaten up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, free speech, totally.
Right.
Right. But there's also stupidity.
Yeah.
And at least have some other people with you.
Right.
And instead, he basically was inviting them to beat him up. He gets rescued by a white female police officer.
Nice.
You know, good for her.
Yeah.
He's okay now. But I don't know how wise that was of him to do that.
Right.
But it does also, beg the observation, I should say, that if these were Jews he was talking to, or other Christians that he disagreed with, let's say, they wouldn't attack him.
No.
They might yell at him and they say, "Oh, what do you know?" That sort of thing. Go home.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time here. Or they would just ignore him.
Yeah.
But when it's Muslims, A-okay.
Yeah, and the expectation is like, it's totally okay to go up to somebody who's Shinto and disagree with their religion, but like, there's one you're not allowed to. And maybe that by definition is the problem. If you can't disagree openly with the religion, maybe it stops being a religion that we should endorse or protect.
Well said. That's exactly right. Look, I mean, they believe that. I mean, there was this Berlin Pride attack. Okay, so there was a Berlin Pride festival, mostly for gays and I guess transgenders.
Yeah,
and there was a Muslim guy who attacked. He was a known Islamist.
Yeah,
he killed one person and injured 29 others. And how did the organizers, the gay / transgendered organizers, respond? Yeah. They said, "No, let's not engage in Islamophobia."
Yeah.
So it turns out the LGBT folks don't want this to turn out to be anything against them, or make, meaning the Islamists, or make the Islamists feel bad, right? Because, but if it were perceived white supremacists who were attacking them, they'd be all over it with all the finger pointing, right?
Yeah. It is the most insane thing, because the reasonable thing is like, hey, the victims are the victims. The guy who did it is the guy who did it. One is bad and one are good. Like, you should be able to go throughout your life without getting run over.
Right. That's right. But there's two things going on. One is that they want to pretend that the culprits are not Muslim-based, like the Allahu Akbar guy in New York we talked about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing. That's one response. The other response is, hey, that's the way things are, and it's almost a good thing this way. In fact, there was this one woman who was talking to Tommy Robinson in England at the Oxford Union, in fact.
Yeah.
And she tells Tommy Robinson that he is lucky they put security on for him. And I'll let it play for itself so that you see exactly why. Here you go.
Stephen Yaxley Lennon, known to his hooligans as Tommy Robinson. Stephen, there is a crowd outside rioting against you tonight, and without the protection and generosity of a Muslim Palestinian president and a mostly South Asian executive committee, you would be quite literally cooked.
Okay, so thank you for making our point for us.
He didn't even have to say anything, and his point was made.
The point was made, right? Like, but for one or two people holding them back, you'd be cooked. Literally, she says.
Yeah.
And she's proud of this statement.
Yeah.
Like like that was a positive in her debate arsenal.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's crazy?
Yeah.
Why would she say that?
Yeah.
You're basically saying we get to kill you if we want to, and by the grace of God, so to speak, you are alive right now. And how does that make you feel? So wait, are you trying to tell that to him to prove that somehow you're right?
Yeah.
Because the Islamists would kill you?
Yeah.
That's a point of argument?
Yeah.
We're living in strange times. That's all I can say.
Strange. It's so absurd sometimes it's just funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, here's a very interesting little, I think I want to leave on this point. It's a cute hysterical post that I got from Instagram. And this one, you're just going to have to enjoy on its own. It speaks for itself. Okay. So here are two guys. It's obviously a parody. One guy is wearing, for those of you who can't see it, he's wearing a t-shirt saying woke. And the other guy wearing a similar color. It looks almost exactly the same, except that it says racist. Okay. And they're showing how identical the situation is. Take a listen to this.
When me and Brad first met, I didn't think we'd get along, but turns out we kind of agree on everything. Your racial identity is the most important thing. Everything should be looked at through the lens of race.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. We both have a lot of opinions about people of color, even though we barely know any.
I say colored people, but as long as we're classifying them, we both think minorities are a united group who think the same and act the same.
And vote the same. You don't want to lose your black card. Sorry, I don't know. I just think we should
roll back discrimination laws so we can hire based on race again. Jinx, now you owe me a Coke. Hey, tell them what you told me yesterday.
White actors should only do voices for white cartoon characters.
I've been saying that for years. Stick to your own.
Us white people, we have so much privilege.
I agree. It is a privilege to be white. Ask him about interracial dating.
All I said is that black men who date white women have internalized racism, and white men that date ethnic women are fetishizing them.
Guys against interracial dating now. Like, am I being pranked? Did Boomer put you up to this?
Ugh, you know that taco place is white owned?
White people should be making white foods like Kraft macaroni and cheese, no seasoning, not even salt. It's like he's a mind reader. I mean, I've been pushing for segregation forever, and my man does what?
I created an improv comedy show exclusively for ethnic people.
Guy segregates comedy on my birthday.
White people need to stop wearing dreadlocks, and they need to stop appropriating black people's music.
Shaved heads and country music, the way God intended.
You know all white people are racist.
I'm listening.
Even if you have a black wife or a black friend group, you're still really racist.
You know, we just kicked a guy out of the organization for having a black girlfriend, but if you can promise me he's still really racist, we'll consider letting him back in. Black people should only shop at black businesses.
I guess the only thing we really disagree about is I think white people are the root of all evil.
But what did I tell you, though? If we can narrow that down to a certain group of tiny-hatted white people, I think we can come to an understanding.
Technically, I don't consider Jewish people white.
Neither do I.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. And it's very funny when you see the video itself, but you still get the idea if you're only hearing the audio. Hysterical.
Yeah.
And that's how absurd we are living. Okay.
Yeah.
These socialists are in fact racists. They are elitists, and they want communism.
Yeah.
Okay. They hate America. Everything that you believe in, they hate.
Yeah.
And they want to burn it all down. So, our fight is just beginning.
Yeah.
All right. That's the good news is we know what we're fighting.
Yeah.
Finally. Okay. Everything we believed about the Democrats and what they were inevitably going toward turns out to be true.
Yeah.
They are communists.
Yep.
And they're gaining more and more traction within the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Wow. What a podcast today, huh? This is Barak Lurie signing off saying God bless, be strong, and we'll talk with you next week.